Hello students, welcome to a class on labor cost variance. In the previous class you learned about material cost variance. I hope that was useful. The labor cost variance is almost similar to material cost variance. If you have followed my methods, I'm sure you'll be able to solve labor cost variance also similarly. So let's break it down. What is labor cost variance? It happens because there is a difference in standard and actual. So what are the standard variables which can come? It can be number of workers or the number of hours they put in or the standard rate they are given. Let's take an example. If 10 standard workers work for 10 hours, so they will work for 100 hours. And if they are paid at rate of 10 standard rate, then the standard cost will be 1000. But the actual may be different. There may be 9 workers working for 11 hours paid at a standard rate of 8. So because of these, the variances arise. When we broadly classify, we have labor rate variance. The difference or the variance is because of the rate paid, standard rate and actual rate. And labor efficiency variance. It is because of how much output they give or how many hours they work. So the difference is because of the standard hours and actual hours. But unlike material cost variance, here we have idle time also. So when we go to that problem, we will see how to solve an idle time variance. So in the first step, what you have to make standard tables, SHSR, this is called as 1, and AHAR, this is called third, and in between AHSR, where H is hours and R is rate, S is standard, A is actual. And the difference of 1 minus 3 gives us labor cost variance. This is the overall variance. 2 minus 3 gives rate variance. 1 minus 2 gives us efficiency variance. This is very similar to material cost variance. Similarly, when there is a mix of labors given, what type of mix you can get? Skilled, semi-skilled or unskilled. This is a different type of labor. Like in the material cost variance, you have different materials. Here you cannot have different labors. So type of labors will be different. Or it can be men and women. So like this you will get the type of labors. So in that case, what you have to do? You have to calculate revised standard hours. The formula for revised standard hours is given here. So what you have to do? You have to take AH total and multiply it with SH of A labor divided by SH total. So we will all see all of this when we solve a problem. So this is same. The table is similar if there is no idle time. If there is idle time, we will have to adjust labor efficiency variance that I will teach you. Let's take an example of this problem. From the following information, calculate direct labor cost variance. What are the information given? Typically, you will have standard rate and actual rate, standard hours and actual hours. So let's go and identify and record the data. So I require data in this fashion. Start with standard hours, then I need standard rate, then I need actual hours, then actual rate. So from the problem statement, I know standard wage rate per hour is 5. So this will go under standard rate 5. Then standard time set 1000 hours. So I will write it under standard hours. Then next actual wage rate per hour, which is rupees 6. This will go under AR. Then actual hours are nothing but actual time taken, 980 will go under AH. So this is my first step. Second step, what I will do? I will make combination of these variables. First is SHSR. So I call it as 1. Last one is AHAR. I call it as 3. In between AHSR. Now I multiply all these value and record them. So SHSR will be 1000 into 5, 5000. Similarly, AHSR will be 980 into 6. So that will be 5880. Then I have AHSR, which is 980 into 5. So this I will get 4900. So this is my 1, this is my 2, this is my 3. Now labor cost variance. My labor cost variance is given by 1 minus 3. So this will be 5000 minus 5880. So since I get a negative value, I call it as adverse variance. Next, labor rate variance. This is nothing but difference of 2 and 3. So this is 2 and 3. So 4900 minus 5880. This again will be 980 adverse because it's a negative value. The last one is labor efficiency variance is given by 1 minus 2. So this one 5000 minus 4900, 100 favorable. So to reconcile, you have to add two subvariances. Which are they? They are the rate and efficiency variance. When you add them, you should get labor cost variance. So minus 980 plus 100, you will get minus 880, which is nothing but your labor cost variance. Hence this problem is correct. So this is a simple problem with only one type of labor. Hence you have only 3 variances. Let us see when you have to calculate 5 variances or even 6 variances. Now let's take a data. We have 3 type of worker: skilled, unskilled, semi-skilled. In the table above, we have the standard data, and in the table below, we have actual data. So I will take the help of Excel sheet to solve this problem. First, I will record the different type of labors. Now I have recorded different labor types in the first column. So I will start recording the data. I need the data in the same order. First is standard hour, standard rate, actual hour, and actual rate. Now I will start capturing the data. Standard hour per unit, it is 5, but actual unit produced is 1000. So it will be 1000 into 5. 5000 hours is my standard hours. Similarly, for unskilled, it will be 1000 into 8, and for semi-skilled, it will be 1000 into 6. Standard rate for skilled is 3, 2, and 1.5 respectively. Actual hour is given in the bottom table, which is 5200, 7500, and 7000. And next, actual rate 2.75, 2.25, 1.25. Once I do this, I have to calculate something called as revised standard hours. So how to calculate? Take the total of actual hours, then take total of standard hours. So to calculate the RSH of skilled, what I have to do? I have to multiply this total of actual hour in the ratio of SH of skilled divided by SH total. So this is given by 5000 divided by total. So once I do this, I get revised standard hour for skilled. Similarly, I will calculate for unskilled and semi-skilled. When I take total of this, it should match with actual hour, which is 19,700. So they are correct. So this is my first step. In the second step, I will do 2 variable factors starting with SH. So first I will capture the same labor types here also. Now my first factor is SH/SR. I prefer to go in the same order so that it is easy to remember. SH/SR is nothing but both standard type. Then I will go to fourth one, which is AH/AR. Here both are actual. So easy to remember. Left side start with standard, last one actual, and in all others you will have only standard rate. So variable in the third will be AH/SR. SR is there. Then second one will be RSH/SR. So I call them 2 and 3 respectively. Once I do this, it's a matter of multiplication and adding. So SH/SR will be SH of skilled multiplied by SR. So I do the same thing for skilled and unskilled. It's easy to do in Excel, but in examination, you will have to use your memory plus and memory recall functions in the calculator. So I take total of this, which is 40,000. Next, I will again do RSH into standard rate. Then I will do actual hour into standard rate. Then I will do actual hour and actual rate. So once I will cross check, this is SH/SR correct, this is RSH/SR correct, AH/SR is correct, AH/AR is correct. So this is my second step. Now I take total of all these columns. I am left with these 4 values. So now what I do in the third step, it's easy. I know the formulas. So first starting with labor cost variance, this is equal to 1 minus 4. So this is equal to 1 minus 4. So I get 75 positive value, hence this is a favorable. Next, second one is labor rate variance. This is equal to 3 minus 4 equal to, this is my 3, this is minus 4. Again this is also positive, hence this is also favorable. Next is labor efficiency variance. This is given by 1 minus 3 is equal to this 40,000 minus 41,100. So this is negative, hence this is adverse. So here I will reconcile once. When I add these two, I should get labor cost variance. So it is matching, hence it is reconciled. So this is major variances. Now I will move on to sub variances. So sub variance are labor yield variance, which is given by 1 minus 2. So 40,000 minus 41,473. So I get negative, hence it is adverse. Last one is labor mix variance is equal to 2 minus 3. So this is equal to 41,473 minus 41,100, 378. So here again I will have to reconcile. When I add these two, I should get labor efficiency variance. So these two are matching, hence this is correct. When you are doing in the examination, you cannot write this table and you expect to get full marks. Instead, what you should write is, you have to expand this formula. You have to prepare this table and you have to remember this formula. After that, what you should do is, you should expand this formula. What is 1 minus 4? 1 is SHSR. So SHSR minus AHAR. That means standard cost minus actual cost. For labor rate variance, you have to take 3 minus 4, which is AHSR and AHAR. In this, AH is common. So you have to write an equation AH multiplied by SR minus AR. So whatever is in the bracket SR minus AR, that is the rate variance. Labor efficiency variance will be because of change in hours. So you will write SR multiplied by SH minus AH. Similarly, when you write these expanded equations and then calculate, you will get full marks. Now we will see a problem where there is also abnormal idle time. Always remember, the standards are prepared considering the normal idle time. Whenever there is an abnormal idle time, then the method is slightly different. So pause for a moment and go through this problem. I think you have gone through the problem. So I will start recording the data. Here also you have three types of labor which I have captured here. Then hours and rate is given. In the month of January, total 10,000 units were produced. Following are the details. So standard hour will be 10,000 multiplied by 2, 10,000 multiplied by 3, then 10,000 multiplied by 5. After that, standard rate is given 10, 8 and 3. So this also I will record. After this, actual hour is already given 18,000, 33,000 and 58,000. I will record. I have recorded this data. Actual rate 7, 5 and 4. I record this data. Now if you observe, I have created two more columns, one for idle time, one for the actual hours worked. Idle time in this problem is directly given, otherwise you will have to calculate. So this is the total idle time. That means my workers are paid for these many hours, but out of this they have not worked idle time. So I calculate something called as actual hours worked. So this is the productivity hours. And I will use this total to calculate revised standard hours. So revised standard hour, the formula is equal to HW total multiplied by standard hour of that labor divided by standard hour total. So similarly, I calculate for unskilled and semi-skilled. And when I total, these two should be same. So they are same. So this is my first step, which is recording the data. Now I will go to second step, which is computation of factor. So first is SHSR. There is no change in this. I call it as 1. After that, the last one, fourth, I call it as AHAR. Again, in this also there is no change. So I call it as 4. Second one is RSHSR. Again, there is no change in this. Only in the third, I calculate AH because I have two AH. One is actual hours, another is actual hour work. So I prepare something called as 3A and 3B. So I call it as AHWSR and AHSR. Once I do this, next is a matter of multiplying these factors. So SHSR, I take SH and I take SR, I multiply them. I do this for all type of workers. So now I have the total. Similarly, I do for the rest. So I have populated the data. Now let's check once. So this is SHSR, this is RSHSR, AHWSR, AHSR, AHER. Now I know the formulas, so I will write it here. So these are my standard formulas, but because of idle time there is a slight variation in the formula. So this is original, this is with idle time. So 1 minus 4 labor cost variance, there is no change. I'll keep it like that. Labor rate variance, there is no change. Labor efficiency variance, here we have 1 minus 3. So I will take it as 1 minus 3a. So let us check. And also I will have idle time variance. Idle time variance, which is nothing but total of idle time multiplied by idle time standard rate. So we will see 1 minus 4. 1 minus 4. So this is 67,000 favorable. Labor rate variance 3 minus 4. So here it will be 3b minus 4 is equal to 3b minus 4. 95,000 favorable. And 1 minus 3a. So this is adverse. I know here I have to reconcile. When I reconcile these two, I am not getting 67,000 as my answer. This balance is not reconciling because we also have to add idle time variance. How to calculate idle time variance? Simple, idle time multiplied by standard rate. So we will calculate it here. Idle time SR. So this is equal to idle time into standard rate. Similarly I do for all and I take the total. So idle time variance I can directly take it here, which is always adverse. Okay, so this is always adverse. Now it is time for reconciliation. When I reconcile, I should get 67,000, which I am getting. That means this part is matching now. I will move on to next variance, which is labor yield variance. This is 1 minus 2. There is no change in this. So equal to 1 minus 2. So this is again I am getting adverse. And here labor mix variance or labor gang variance, this is called 2 minus 3a. 2 minus 3a. So this is favorable. So when I add these two, I should get labor efficiency variance. So here I am getting labor efficiency variance. So this is reconciled. So that was for today. I have taught you how to solve different type of labor variance problem. I have solved simple problem, then multiple type of labor and also multiple type along with idle time. So practice this again and again. In examination you will definitely get either a material cost variance or a labor cost variance, and it is very easy to solve once you know 3-step method. So thank you. Thanks for watching.